Hey guys, Rona will. Today we are going to be painting the B2 Battle Droids, Super Battle Droids to be specific, from the Shatterpoint series of miniatures. So these guys come in the Count Dooku pack, which is called Appetite for Destruction. So, real quick, starting off with actually some plate mail mixed with some Army Painter Wolf Gray. So kind of your standard base coating that I usually do, which is cover the entire thing in the base coat that I want, and then I will add the details and the different colors as I go. Yeah, so it's about a 1-to-1 ratio. 1-to-1 paint, army uniform, not army uniform, that's great, wolf gray, and plate mail. So with these guys, they come in a pack of 4, so you get basically 4 battle droids and a large base, so 2 per base, which seems about right. I mean, we had 3 of the regular battle droids. The one thing, I'm not a huge fan of the posing on these. Not that I don't like this pose, it's just all 4 of them are basically the same. The main difference is the legs are slightly spread more or less, and that's more of my doing than the actual model. And the arm on the left is either bent more or almost straight down. Not anything too dramatic. I mean, they are a very basic unit, like, you know, design. But yeah, so as you can see, they're pretty much just doing that, and it looks almost identical to the original design in the show, in the movie. I then turned around, and for some reason I used pure red first. I guess I really just wanted to get the highlights out of the way. They have a little, like, I don't know, on the movie accurate, like the actual movie ones, it looks like a little red indent indicator or something, where this, it's actually raised, same as in the cartoon series, which again, these definitely look more like the classic animated Clone Wars series, not the Lucasfilm 3D one, but the 2D design. So yeah, you can see I messed up a little bit, so I had to remove it and then retry again. Which, this whole thing kind of becomes pointless, because after I dark tone it, after I tone it, it literally means nothing. But yeah, there we go. I screwed up on the eye again, so I have to get that dried. I'm looking at some, like, concept art from the, I guess this is the movies version. They have a lot more dark parts on them than what I do. So this is all gunmetal for the joints. However, if I was to do it again, I might actually do gunmetal mixed with a little bit of black, or like a dark gray, just to give it more like a rubbery design. Because looking at the art for the movie one, that whole middle piece that I have there, first off, it looks very different than the one for the character from the live action. It looks more like plates than the one here, which looks more like rubber hosing almost. It looks like a rubbery texture or something, although it could just be a lot of small metallic plates is what they were going for, to give it that bend, that ability to bend. So I ended up, going with this. There's not much to these guys. They're very straightforward, but I figured these are the last of the battle droids that are currently out, as far as the minion units go. Obviously, I still haven't done the 2 super tactical battle droids or General Grievous yet. But I wanted to get all the little minions done before moving on to like named characters. So so we're getting close. The droid army is almost complete. All right, so I am missing a file. That's weird. We're missing a dark tone file. But that's all I've got. Interesting. So that's concerning. I actually dark toned it in a blue. So it was a blue tone instead of a black or a gray. Sorry, I'm now looking through my files to find out where that toner got to. Yeah, these are not that odd. Okay. I guess we have some lost footage there. So Super Battle Droids, this is, I'm going to first start by saying this is a shorter video. Super Battle Droids appeared first in the Clone Wars Attack of the Clones movie. They were kind of like not General Grievous. Jeez, he wasn't even in there. He was, they were Count Dooku's like new project units. Started in the Clone Wars, first seen on Geonosis. They were enhanced versions of the B1s, obviously. Just kind of looking through some of the history here. What's interesting is these guys had rocket launchers built into their into some of their armors, as well as like they were very modular. So this is real quick, guys. This is just a retouching of the base coat. I just ended up dry brushing a lot of this. Again, these guys are so large in swaths of this gunmetal grayish blue that I just figured dry brushing and then touching up the areas that didn't need it would be better than kind of slowly sitting and drawing this out any more than I need to. But I was testing the blue tone on these guys and the next ones, which are, well, you'll see the next units next week actually. And I don't know, I think it worked well for these guys, but they are mostly blue anyway. The other unit I'm going to have to like finish painting. I haven't finished them yet. And we'll see how they turn out compared to these guys. So, other things, so like there was a battle droid that could break apart, or super battle droid that could like break apart, basically, simulate like being blown up. And what was interesting is you could switch out the one arm for, instead of a regular blaster arm, because the blasters are built into the arms there. I was just showing that I'm adding some more wolf gray to the mix to try and get a little bit more highlighting done. Which honestly, these guys look very good without any of the highlighting. But I once you start adding like the sheen on the tops here for showing that it's, you know, reflective metal, it looks really good. Ignore the fact that that very top piece, I accidentally went a little too heavy-handed on my first attempt at adding color to re-highlighting the areas. So I'm putting them down on the base there, so I could actually see what would be kind of visible through like a top-down perspective for the sun to hit it. That one is a newer color. It's just a lighter blue, essentially. I believe it's called Marina Blue, and it's a lot lighter, which gives you a weird effect when you mix it with the metal plate. Normally, with metal plate, you would just, whatever you mix becomes more like just a muted color with some sheen. This one kind of becomes like almost a teal, a metallic teal, which is kind of nice, but it's not that great, to be honest, which is why at the end I end up going over with just a drop. See, I was trying to add some more like edging highlights, but my brush, for some reason, even though this is a dry brush, was like refusing to get rid of some of the paint on it. So I just went with standard plate mail and just tried dry brushing very, very light on the very tip here. So basically, and I removed as much as I could with my hands. You could also just use, you know, a paper towel, but I was just trying to get this done properly as quickly as possible because I am impatient. Okay, so next I took gunmetal and that blue that I had used, and I ended up, sorry, cats. I ended up mixing it a little bit and redoing all those joints in the gunmetal mixture. Honestly, it helps a little bit, but it doesn't seem that necessary. Anyway, I'm going to be attacked by a cat in a minute, I swear. Getting back to the toy. I got sidetracked. I'm going over all the droids, by the way, in this. You could switch out from the standard battle droid, Super Battle Droid arms to like a giant rocket launcher, which I'm trying to think. I don't think I ever actually did that. I don't ever remember seeing that in the animated series or in the movies or any of that, but it was based, I think, off of the second movie. They might have been like super far in the background, one of them with like a giant rocket launcher arm, which is funny because even in stuff like the more modern games and everything, if they're shooting rockets, it's just these little tiny rockets that are in the other arm, maybe, I don't know. Both arms. So this is interesting. They can actually be manipulated. You can have units that have blasters in both arms, in one arm. Apparently rocket launchers in one arm, rocket launchers in both arms. They're very diverse, and you can change it up however you would like for the model, which not this model, but in the Star Wars universe. Which is very interesting because it seems like, again, since this was made by the same guys who make the battle droids, it seems like they were working on these guys to make them a little bit more differentiated, where you could do different things with them. They had a grappler model, HA. What the heck is... Oh, homing... Oh, maybe that's what it is. Cannon arm that could fire homing rockets. So that's probably that. You have an RP. One of two variants designed with flight capabilities. Okay. Rocket... Super Rocket Trooper. An upgraded version of the Rocket Pack droids, ACMs. So, firepower of a standard B2 was not enough. You would deploy these guys. Oh, interesting. So it looks like there's a whole bunch of different units that actually would take, you know, especially for this game, it seems like you could get a lot of custom units made up. Just for the battle droids alone, although I absolutely hate how spindly all the droids tend to be in this game. Alright, so I did the highlighting and I'm doing a little bit more mixing to, if I'm guessing right, bring out the, try and bring out the gray a little bit more on the body. Sorry about moving them off camera there. But really all I'm doing is trying to hit the tips of the cannons and everything. I ended up actually taking some plate mail to it to just try and brighten those pieces up even more. And then, last but not least, I take the pure red and I retouch those little red details. Let me tell you guys, eyes on battle droids where it's sunken in, I hate them so much. I really should have done them earlier so I didn't have to worry about like accidentally getting red paint on anything, but hindsight 2020, you know that. Which honestly I think it turned out fairly well. Again, I like how my other guys ended up a little bit more than this one. I added some white to the red to kind of lighten it up. So it's going to be more for that little... I ended up thinking it was more like a light. At least on these units, it looks more like a light than anything else. So I add a little bit more red, and then I will add a pure white to it to make it look like it is reflective or turned on. And then I will also do that for the other guys, and I will be adding some gloss to the final thing so it is reflective. But that is it, guys. Wow, the lighting in with this is so much different. But yeah, so that's my squad of 4 B2s. Not much else to say. They're pretty simple droids or pretty simple paints as far as like the droids go. I didn't do too much customization on their armor plating or anything, which kind of goes in line with the actual story. They're very, no personality type droids. And I didn't want to battle damage them as much as I did some of the other ones in the series. So, but that's where we're at, guys. Next time we will be finishing up the clones. So, tune in next Friday or next Monday for that. Till then, Rowan and Will signing off. That's such a weird outro. Anyway, bye guys.